Hey guys, welcome to the weekly tarot forecast for the numinous week beginning November the 18th. I'm Lindsay Mack, and the card that I've pulled for us this week is Eight of Swords reversed. So, Eight of Swords is a card, it's a transformation card, reversed or not. Think about literally the 8 being turned on its side. It's an infinity loop, right? We go into any 8 card one way. In a funk, in a process, and we come out of it transformed. We come out of it a little differently. So take heart whenever you see an 8 card, no matter how it might quote unquote look, because it's always bringing a great tiding of some kind. So this week we're in a really transformative time. It might feel like a mundane transformative energy. It might feel like kind of an ordinary magic sort of thing in the details and little moments, or it might feel like a big one. Eight of Swords for me personally is really the 8 that feels the most, has the most short-term potential, which means we see more results quicker, which isn't really what it's all about, but it is nice. Okay, Eight of Swords. A great transformation of the mind is possible. When we're in Eight of Swords, it means that in some way, shape, or form, in some area of our life, or maybe all over our lives, we really believe we are trapped. We're stuck, we're caught, we're held, we're imprisoned, and we don't see a way out. And because we don't see a way out, in some way, mentally, emotionally, psychically, or physically, we're kind of banging our heads against the wall, attempting to break free. But in Eight of Swords, what is always true is that in this kind of prison, the window is open, the door is unlocked. We've been banging our head against the wall so much that we've never even considered just checking if the door is locked. We've never even considered that the window might be open. In Eight of Swords, it's not ever a question of whether it's open, it's if you've tried it. So the main medicine this week for Eight of Swords is consider that in your life, around a thing that you've been really banging your head against the wall about, consider that it can be easier. That it can be easier for you. It doesn't have to be so hard. There's actually an easier way. It just involves you doing something that might be a little uncomfortable, like asking for help, or admitting that you don't like doing something, or admitting something that makes you softer, makes you vulnerable, opens your eyes in a different way, and invites you to kind of look through the world in a different way. How can you make yourself available to more assistance? That's what this card is really about. Now, the reversal is an incredible energy as well, because it basically tells us that we're starting to wake up to these areas where we're keeping ourselves kind of caught in smaller places. We don't have to do that. Many of us, especially due to the energies and events of the last few weeks, many of us, many of you have also been kind of feeling there's been a collective energy of a wake up, realizing like, oh, I don't have to do any of this anymore, and I need to wake the fuck up and really take responsibility for myself, for my life. What am I doing? It's kind of this reordering of things in a very powerful way. So when we've got Eight of Swords reversed, it's twofold. First, it's kind of taking the energy of Eight of Swords and propelling it, advancing it to a place where we not only realize that the prison door is unlocked, but we're kind of devoting ourselves to a life of service now, if even from friend to friend or parent to child, where we try to help others whose prison doors are locked, where they don't see that they're unlocked, to try to be an ally to the planet in some way. Now that we're not caught in our own prison of the mind, we're more available to be of service. And that's going to be very, very important for the next forever, is to make sure that you're really clear. You're not as stuck or as caught as you think you are. and that it's very important to work out where you think you are so that you can be available to help other people. The second way that it is kind of showing up for us this week is it might be showing up kind of in the form of a denial. You know, if you're really, really hanging on to your victimhood, if you're really hanging on, well, the fact that you're still listening to this tells me that you're not hanging on as hard as you think you are, maybe. But if you're still really deeply hanging on to some part of your life that you feel really strongly in victimhood about, Eight of Swords reversed is going to be here to really shine the light on those areas and really get you empowered, get you aware, so that you really can open your eyes and see, oh, I'm free to walk out of here anytime. Now I have to actually consider, do I want to? Is it safer in here? Am I waiting for someone to come and get me? These are really deep inquiries. So anywhere around there, you want to do some really deep inquiry, really deep thinking. Even though it's a sword card, it's not a horrible card in any way. It's here to really help you. So if you can say yes to it, it'll really do a lot of transformative work to your life this week. The thing about perception in the mind, the second we're willing, our life has already transformed. The second that we're able to look and see, like, oh, I've been keeping myself in this prison. No one else has been keeping me here. No matter how it's felt like, my boss, my parents, my spouse, my kids, whatever has been keeping me, it's me. The second we realize that, our life transforms immediately. There's so many more options open and available to us. So you don't need to bust out gung-ho. You don't need to know the whole life outside of this little cell. You just need to be willing. So if you can really focus on that willingness, there'll be a very, very deep transformation that's possible this week. A lot of options, a lot of empowerment, a lot more opportunity. So keep your eyes and your heart open for that, and I'll see you next week. Okay, bye-bye.